The International Monetary Fund has projected that Barbados's real GDP will grow by 3.9% in 2024 and 3.0% in 2025. This is indicated in the World Economic Outlook report just released here in Washington, D.C. at the IMF and World Bank annual meetings. While the numbers reflect a slowing of the growth rate, they're still above Barbados's historical norm. From an international perspective, the IMF forecast is for global growth to hold steady at 3.2% in 2024 to 2025, a projection it describes as stable yet underwhelming. As it relates to inflation, IMF trumpeted that the battle against inflation is almost won. Pierre-Olivier Godesha, IMF's chief economist, says that after headline inflation peaked at 9.4% in 2022, it is now projected to fall to 3.5% by the end of 2025.
Now, the decline in inflation without a global recession is a major achievement. Much of that disinflation can be attributed to the unwinding of the unique combination of supply and demand shocks that caused the inflation in the first place, together with improvements in labor supply due to immigration in many advanced countries. But monetary policy played a decisive role, keeping inflation expectations anchored.
Despite the good news on inflation, the IMF warns on rising risks.
These downside risks include an escalation in regional conflicts, especially in the Middle East, which could pose serious risks for commodity markets. Policy shifts toward undesirable trade and industrial policies could also significantly lower output.
To mitigate this and strengthen growth, the IMF believes policymakers must shift gears and focus on three key areas: monetary policy, fiscal policy, and growth-enhancing reform. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Krystal Hoyte, CBC News.